foul is called on O'Neal. And for Shaquille, that is number 5.
Well, the Bulls able to break down the full court pressure of the Magic, getting the ball to the middle of the floor where Scottie Pippen had a good look at the defense and where his people were. And no doubt he picked out the best person open on that left side.
So the Chicago Bulls, who went 72-10 during the regular season, best record in the history of the league, looking to continue the dominance coming into today. They had won 10 of 11 in the playoffs. Out on Thompson. Both teams are over the limit. And Jordan will go to the line. While the Orlando Magic are now facing the prospect of being swept from the playoffs for the 3rd straight season. And it has to make you wonder, well, this team has shown very little in mental toughness or growth. The injuries can be used as a cop-out at this point, and certainly there have been severe injuries, particularly the ones suffered by Horace Grant. But I think the main problem is no true leader on this ball club.
Well, you have the 2 young players in Shaquille O'Neal and Penny Hardaway, extremely talented, maybe at this stage of their career a little bit uneasy about stepping on the other's toes. I don't think they can do that. I think Penny Hardaway, being the ball handler and the guy out on the floor and the point guard, he has to become the leader of this team, and he will in time.
Here is Kerr. Steve Kerr with 7 points, and it's the Bulls 98 and the Magic 87 with 3.5 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. And the foul committed by Kerr.
Foul on 25, Steve Kerr. His 3rd penalty situation.
So Bully to the free throw line for the first time.
You know, Marv, I don't think Shaquille O'Neal would be all broken up about the fact that Penny Hardaway would take on that leadership role. Also, when you have a player as experienced as Horace Grant and plays the type of game that he does, he certainly can be a leader on the team. But when the fellas on the team were asked throughout the course of the year, who's the leader, they said, well, we don't worry about that. We just go out and play as a team. And because they've been so successful and winning so many games and winning them rather handily, they haven't had to worry about it. This being the toughest test that they've had to face, and getting blown out in game 1 really took, I think, the heart out of this team. Not that they necessarily gave up, because they came back strong in that 2nd game, but then losing the 18-point lead further took it out of them.
Hardaway is a terrific all-around player, but does he have the demeanor to be a true leader?
I think he does. I think it's just another year or 2. He's only 24 years old.
98-89, Chicago on top as we come up on 3 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. Pippen's pass broken up. You see Dennis Scott is back on the floor. Last touch by the Bulls, and Scott will throw in.
Well, this is where Penny Hardaway really has to be a leader. He's got to make something happen for himself or kick out for a 3-point shot and let Shaq clean up on the offensive boards if it's a miss. Very tentative here.
Clock at 6. Out of 3. And broken up by Jordan. Just an awful sequence by the Magic, leading to this. Rodman not able to hit on a 3-on-1, but rebounds, and Jordan will regroup. And that last possession may be symbolic of the problems that this Orlando club has.
Well, Penny has had his problems in the 4th quarters of this series. Some of it has been due to fatigue. But on that last one, Marvin just looked unsure of what he should do.
Shaquille O'Neal handling and then giving it up to Hardaway. 2 minutes remaining in this 4th quarter. And the Bulls lead 98-91. Kukoc, played by Scott. and 5. Jordan with the pull-up. Yes. 45 points for Michael Jordan. He is 16 for 22 in what has been another extraordinary performance. Thompson, wild shot, but able to go glass. Thompson has hit 6 of 8, 15 points. And the Bulls now lead 100-93. A minute 20 remaining on the fourth. Jordan firing one up. He thought he was fouled. Rodman got him the ball back, though. But did not hit the rim, so the shot clock is down to 5. Kukoc shot blocked, and now the foul is called. With a minute 5 remaining in this fourth quarter, foul is called on Jordan. The Bulls lead by 7. The Magic will be headed to the line. We'll be right back. A minute 5 left in the fourth quarter. It is Chicago 100 and Orlando 93. Chicago with 3 and a 20 in the timeout department. 3 conventional and a 20, and Orlando with 3 timeouts to go.
Well, there you see the big difference in scoring first half for Shaq and the second half. Actually, in game 1 with the big blowout, Shaq hardly playing minutes there, and the 20-point win by the Chicago Bulls in game number 3. And in this particular fourth quarter, for example, just about every time he has touched the ball in the low post, he's been quickly double-teamed and forced to give the ball up. And that's why throughout the course of the season, the Magic, as their go-to guy down the stretch, has been that man, Penny Hardaway.
Dennis Scott at the free throw line for the first time. Scott, an 82% free throw shooter. A minute 5 remaining in the fourth quarter. Scott can bring the Magic within 5. Another example of how off his shooting has been.
And Michael Jordan still smiling. He was unhappy with that call. He felt he was going for a loose ball off that rebound and looking out to the official saying, "See, I told you."
So Scott misses on both. For Dennis Scott, going back to the miserable final series he had last year, along with Nick Anderson against the Houston Rockets. Another extremely difficult time. And Dennis today, 3 of 12 from the field, 0 for 2 at the free throw line.
And it looked like Dennis was going to have a good ball game, coming out and making those first 2 field goals. Was aggressive defensively, primarily on Scottie Pippen. Did a good job early, but then has just been unable to find the range.
Dennis Rodman now 4 of 7 at the line, 8 points along with his 14 rebounds. 8-point Chicago lead. Make it 9 with a minute 2 to go. Thompson handling against Kerr. The Bulls coming from behind. Orlando led by as many as 11. Hardaway rejected by Rodman. Here's Scott. 102-95 with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. And Jordan will handle against Bowie. Now Pippen facing the double team. Foul is called. It's on Scott. Both teams are over the limit.
And the delayed call at that is Dennis Scott saying, "What? I called it 5 seconds after I grabbed the best percentage free throw shooter on the Chicago Bulls." The man to foul was Scottie Pippen, who struggled from the line when they had him double teamed, as the Magic just kind of lost all mental awareness after coming out with a lot of emotion in this ball game, and it just gradually wore down as Michael Jordan held the ship afloat for the Chicago Bulls. And really kind of in the history of Michael Jordan, when he has had to score so many points by himself, which is pretty much the case today, Pippen in double figures, that the Bulls have lost those ball games. But he was able to play such a marvelous game today and carry it home.
16 of 23 from the field, 10 of 12 at the line, along with 5 assists for Jordan. 104-95 Chicago, with 35 seconds remaining in the Orlando Magic season. Hardaway, 7-point Bulls lead.